This is the YITAHOME 24,000 BTU mini-split air conditioner heat pump system, a 2-ton 18.5 SEER 2 208 to 230 volt Wi-Fi enabled ductless setup that promises to cool or heat up to about 1,500 square feet. In my opinion, the headline here is straightforward. Muscular, quiet performance at a sharp price, paired with some real long-term questions you should weigh before buying. In this video, I'm going to share what it's like to live with it, what stands out in daily use, and where I think the trade-offs sit, so you can decide if it fits your space and your expectations. On look and feel, the indoor unit is clean and modern in white, about 37 inches wide, 12.4 inches tall, and under 9 inches deep. The front panel is simple and tidy, the louvers move smoothly, and the display is subtle enough not to light up the room at night. The outdoor condenser has a compact footprint, and the overall fit and finish make a solid first impression from a few feet away. When I handle the metal, the casing feels lighter than what I've seen on some higher-end brands, which doesn't affect operation on day one, but does make me wonder about long-term durability if it takes a hit or lives in harsh weather. The included accessories cover the essentials: indoor head, outdoor condenser, copper line set, control wire, drain hose, wall bracket hardware, and a remote. My kit did not include niceties like a remote wall cradle or thick vibration pads for the feet. Those are easy to buy separately, but this detail hints at where the cost savings show up. The remote is backlit and easy to navigate. The app connects over Wi-Fi and supports Alexa, and the system offers modes for cool, heat, dry, auto, and fan, plus useful extras like sleep, turbo, a 24-hour timer, and a self-clean routine. Noise is rated under 50 dB on the indoor unit, and that lines up with what I hear. The fan tone is soft and unobtrusive even when it's moving a lot of air. From my experience, the installation story matters as much as performance, so here's the plain English version. This is a split system, which means the indoor and outdoor units are connected by a refrigerant line set and control wiring routed through a wall. Marketing language sometimes says pre-charged, but that can be confusing. My box included standard flared copper lines and required a proper evacuation with a vacuum pump and a manifold gauge set to remove air and moisture before opening the refrigerant valves. If you've seen DIY packages with quick connect pre-charged lines that you snap together without pulling a vacuum, this is not that. The manufacturer states the system should be installed by a licensed HVAC pro, and in my opinion, that's not just a legal line. Proper torque on the flare nuts, a quick nitrogen pressure test, pulling down to deep vacuum, and checking for leaks are critical steps that protect the compressor and your warranty. If you skip them, you'll risk performance issues and premature failure. I'm comfortable with tools, so I handled the mounting, wiring, and wall penetration carefully and had gauges and a pump ready. If that sounds like gibberish, budget for professional installation. It's worth it. Once running, the performance surprised me in a good way. The 24,000 BTU capacity moves the temperature needle fast. I watched an 80-degree Fahrenheit room drop to 62 degrees Fahrenheit in about an hour, and the heat pump added roughly 10 degrees Fahrenheit in a chilly space within 15 minutes. Airflow reach is excellent. With the 4D swing and the louvers angled right, the stream feels consistent well past the 30 to 40 foot mark and into bigger open rooms. The compressor is inverter-driven, which means it ramps up and down instead of just blasting on and off. If SEE2 is new to you, think of it as a seasonal efficiency score. 18.5 SEE2 is respectable for this price and lines up with the energy use I'm seeing. In eco or low-load conditions, I've measured power draw dipping to a few hundred watts, and my electric bill reflected a real drop when I replaced older window shakers. Humidity control in dry mode is solid, and the auto clean feature helps keep the coil from getting musty between filter rinses. I also appreciate that it's rated to operate in a wide temperature band, and while I haven't hit every extreme, it cooled steadily in a heat wave and provided reliable heat when temps flirted with freezing. The smart side is mostly good. Key features that stand out in the app include scheduling, a clear mode selector, and a setting that caps compressor power. That limiter is a simple way to balance comfort and utility costs if you're on a tight electrical panel or trying to avoid demand spikes. Alexa commands work for the basics. The remote has the iFEEL option, which uses the remote sensor to guide the set point. One quirk, the remote shows the temperature you set, not the actual room temperature by default. It's not broken, it's just showing the target.
Toggling iFEEL gives you a more intuitive sense of what the room is doing. I did see one unit with a flaky Wi-Fi dongle that needed a quick swap under support. Mine paired fine.
Now for the part I wish I didn't have to say, but I think it's important. The value here is a mix of strong performance and wallet-friendly pricing, and there's a reason people flock to systems like this. But long-term reliability and service support are the question marks. In my opinion, when you buy a budget-friendly ductless system sold mainly online, you're trading the nationwide parts network and brand-trained technician base that come with pricier names for a lower sticker price today. If a control board, fan motor, or sensor goes out 3 years in, sourcing that exact part quickly can be tough. Some HVAC shops won't work on brands they don't sell because they can't guarantee parts availability or turnaround times. That leaves you, the installer, as the likely service person for as long as you own it. I've also seen the cautionary tale where a weak fan motor pulls too much current and takes out a board, an event that's not cost-effective to fix if you can't get the parts. To be clear, my unit has been fine so far, but I've seen enough chatter among techs to consider these risks part of the purchase decision. Here's what I like, focusing on the day-to-day. The indoor head is quiet and efficient, and the airflow feels strong without a harsh fan noise. The thermostat behavior with an inverter compressor gives steady comfort instead of hot-cold swings. The app's power cap is a small but genuinely useful control for managing energy costs. The heating performance is legitimately stout for a unit at this price, which makes it practical for shoulder seasons and even some colder snaps. The price-to-performance ratio is hard to argue with. It keeps a large room or an open living area comfortable without breaking the bank. Filters slide out for quick rinsing, the auto clean cycle helps, and the 24-hour timer plus sleep mode make nighttime use easy. Alexa integration is a bonus for hands-free changes when I'm busy. It's perfect for a garage, workshop, or bonus room where comfort matters, but the space isn't mission-critical. From my experience, if you're trying to cut the cord on window units or supplement a central system that can't keep up in a far bedroom or a basement, this fills that gap with less noise and better efficiency. There are things I'd keep an eye on. The lighter gauge outdoor casing makes me extra careful during installation and yard work. I wish the box included a remote holder and thick rubber pads for the condenser feet to help tame vibration on hard surfaces. The remote showing set point instead of room temperature can confuse new users, so I explain the iFEEL option whenever I set this up for someone. And even though the listing mentions pro-grade components and sometimes uses pre-charged language, I treat every install like a traditional mini-split. Pull a proper vacuum, torque flares correctly, and pressure test briefly. Also, that warranty headline, 5 years on parts, 7 on the compressor, is stronger when you follow the letter of the installation requirements. I'd recommend this for folks who either plan on using a licensed installer or are highly competent DIYers with the right tools and the patience to do it by the book. So who should buy it? In my opinion, this system is an excellent value for a skilled DIYer who understands HVAC basics and is comfortable being their own first-line service person, or for anyone hiring a licensed installer and wanting a lot of capacity without premium brand pricing. It's perfect for non-essential spaces, rentals where you're upgrading comfort on a budget, or larger rooms where noise is a deal breaker with window units. I'd recommend this for anyone who looks at total comfort per dollar over the next few years and accepts that if a major component fails outside warranty, replacing the whole unit might be the most rational move. In conclusion, the YITAHOME 24,000 BTU mini-split delivers quiet, fast, and efficient heating and cooling with smart controls that actually help, especially the power limiter and the reliable inverter operation. The trade-off is the uncertainty around long-term parts access and service. If you need a system you can hand off to any local tech a decade from now, a premium brand may fit better. If you're comfortable with the ownership model I've laid out and want a lot of performance now, this is a strong play at its price. Please check the comments section for detailed information about the YITAHOME 24,000 BTU mini-split air conditioner heat pump system. Thank you for watching.